The time from 1757 to 1857, a 100-year rule by British East India Company, finally ended with the revolt of 1857 because the British East India Company rule adversely affected several sections of people, which is why people became very angry on company's rule for several causes. They can be divided into economic, political, administrative, socio-religious causes and influence of outside events. Economic causes. The British East India Company needed huge amounts of money for their maintenance and wars. For this, they started to levy taxation on land. Under this, they introduced several types of land revenue settlements, which are permanent settlement, Rotwari, Mahalwari. These taxes are so heavy that peasants even have to borrow money from moneylenders in order to pay these taxes. The moneylenders charged heavy interest on these loans, and when farmers are not able to pay these loans back, moneylenders used to take away the land from the farmers. Due to these revenue settlements of British, a large number of peasants lost their land and had become landless. The victims list not just limited to farmers. It consisted of several other sections of society. The artisans and handcraftsmen used to get income from two main sources: markets and patronage from Indian rulers. The rulers who were impressed by the work of these people used to support them financially. But the British East India Company annexed many of Indian states. This resulted in loss of patronage for these people. Apart from this, British East India Company used to promote their British goods and even used to dump their machine-made goods at very cheap prices in Indian markets. This in turn led to the decrease of demand for Indian handmade goods, and eventually artisans lost their livelihood. The highly skilled Indian craftsmen were forced to look for alternate source of employment. Not just this, even the Indian trade and mercantile class were deliberately crippled by British, who imposed high tariff duties on Indian handmade goods. At the same time, the import of British goods into India was encouraged with very low tariffs. Indian traders were not able to export cotton and silk due to high export tariffs. These policies by British not only suffered the traders but also the entire Indian manufacturing industry. The zemindars often lost their land rights due to frequent use of quo warranto by British administration, which resulted in loss of status for them in villages. If you don't know or have any doubt about quo warranto, I made an entire video explaining it as simple as possible. Do check it out. This is how the colonial policies of East India Company destroyed the traditional economic fabric of entire Indian society. The British East India Company never hesitated to go up to any extent in order to increase its power and prestige. This even included several broken promises and pledges with Indian rulers. This caused suspicion in the minds of almost all the Indian rulers. British observed this and annexed several Indian states by introducing policies like effective control, subsidiary alliance, and doctrine of lapse. There are several videos coming explaining these topics as simple as possible, so why don't you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. The lower levels of British administration used to happen with police, petty officials, and lower courts, which had a rampant corruption. This led to discontent among people and became another cause to join revolt of 1857. Socio-religious causes. The British used to assume themselves as far superior to Indians. The social reforms like abolition of sati, support for widow remarriage, and women's education, along with the Christian missionaries' entry into India, large section of people saw these as interference in social and religious domains of Indian society by outsiders. Apart from this, the taxation on mosques, temples, and the Religious Disabilities Act, which declared even if son changes his religion, it do not prevent the son from inheriting the property of his father. All these seen as British is trying to change the people's religion. Influence of outside events. During the time of revolt of 1857, there are certain outside events in which British suffer losses are the First Afghan War, Punjab Wars, and Crimean Wars. Seeing the British suffer the losses in these wars had a psychological effect on people that British were not so strong and can be defeated. This is the other reason why people didn't hesitate to take their chances to defeat the British in the revolt of 1857. Discontent among sepoys. There is a huge discontent among Indian sepoys in British East India Company. There are several reasons for it, which I explain in part 1 of this video. Please do check it out. These are the several reasons that made the revolt of 1857 a much stronger revolt than the previous ones. But why did the revolt of 1857 fail at last? No matter how strong the revolt of 1857 started, it only able to overthrow just the British East India Company, but not the British from India. The British eventually got to power again. There are several reasons why the revolt of 1857 failed, which I will be explaining in upcoming video. So why don't you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up by hitting the like button down below the video. See you in the next one. Till then, peace.